Arizona has thousands of laws on the books, as you know, everything from Good Samaritan laws to sexual harassment laws.
Yeah, and most of us are pretty unfamiliar with most of them until we need to know.
Attorney Don Lewis just wrote a book. It's called Arizona Laws 101, a handbook for non-lawyers, and he says these are the 101 Arizona laws we really need to know. How'd you pick 101 out of the big book that you had to go through?
Good question. I had been practicing law for 25 years before I wrote this book, so I had some idea as to what people had on their minds. And I just thought back to the questions that were most commonly asked of me as a practicing attorney, and those are the laws that I wrote about.
And are they in order? I'm not to cut you off. Are they in order? One was the number one most requested?
Not at all.
Okay.
The book is divided into 6 parts: business law, family law, wills and estates. So if you have a particular topic that you're interested in, you would go to that part, and then within that part you would find laws on the various subtopics.
I think it's probably important for people to have a basic understanding of laws in areas like fraud and so forth. Do you agree with that?
I think so, and I also am an advocate for consumer education. Now, a client is nothing more than a legal consumer, and I think that a person without legal training ought to have the advantage or benefit of knowing something about the subject matter before going to the attorney. I don't think it's any secret that most lawyers charge by the hour. So the better educated the consumer is, the least amount that consumer will likely pay in attorney's fees if the person needs to actually go and hire a lawyer.
Laws are tricky. I mean, if we're non-lawyers, to read the law can really confuse you. Is there some law that maybe stands out that is more misinterpreted by us laymen than any others in the state?
Well, in my experience, community property is a concept that a lot of us as Arizonans don't even understand. And Arizona is only one of 9 states where community property laws exist. And so I wrote about community property, some of the truths and some of the fallacies about the concept, and I hope that if somebody's interested in that and they read that chapter, they have a better understanding as to what community property actually is.
Do you find that laws differ greatly from state to state?
They do. They vary quite a bit. This book is Arizona laws. It doesn't cover any other state's laws, and it doesn't cover any federal laws. It's designed for people in Arizona who are interested in Arizona law, and what I tried to do was put together the laws in such a way that you could go to a particular chapter and within 3 or 5 minutes have a basic understanding of the law that you're interested in.
What's the reaction you're getting from non-lawyers who are reading it?
Very positive feedback. What I'm finding is people are writing and calling and emailing and saying, this is a great book. Why didn't anybody else think of this?
Yeah, because a lot of it's so difficult to read, and this makes it really easy.
Each chapter is only 2 or 3 pages, and so it's not like a homework assignment.
Exactly.
If you're interested in family law, you would go to that part, and child support would be 2 or 3 pages, and it would cover the basics.
Yeah, the language is easy too.
Yeah, it's not that legalese that we hear sometimes.
Thank you so much, Don, for being with us.
Thank you for
Good
having me.
luck with the book.
Thank you.